So today I wanted to talk about how to prepare your car for when you're going on a long trip. So a long trip for me is, a couple of hours to 24 hours. You're driving down to Florida, you're driving up to 4 hours north in Maine. I'm talking about a substantially longer trip, not your day-to-day commuting. So lots of things are different on a vehicle when they have extended temperatures under the hood, in your tires and that kind of stuff. So I have some non-negotiables. If I send my daughter on a trip and she's going 4 hours away, I'm going to make sure all the rubber components are replaced. Honestly, I'm not even going to chance it because I've been in this industry for a long time, and the cars that we see fail on the side of the road to come in on tow trucks, it's always something to do with dried out and aged rubber components. So again, non-negotiable. If you haven't changed your serpentine drive belt and you can't remember the last time, just change it. At the same time, they should be checking the tensioners, making sure that they're good to go. It's a good time to check and or replace the tensioner at the same time. Again, these are the things that are going to leave you on the side of the road. Your tires, again, checking tire pressure is one thing, checking tread depth is another, but an often overlooked component is the age of the tire. The DOT actually has a date code stamped in every tire. It tells you when the tire was made, the month and the year. And if it's 6 years old, it needs to be replaced. It doesn't pass an inspection. If you notice you'll see a lot of motorcycles or trailers on the side of the road, it's because they sit a lot. And in the Northeast, rubber is 4 to 8 years is the lifespan. There's a reason why 6 years is what it is, because we have extreme hot temperatures in the summer, we have extreme cold temperatures in the winter. None of it is favorable to rubber components. So again, tires, I don't care if they got brand new tread on them, they need to be replaced if they're 6 years old. Radiator hoses, same thing. They're rubber, they deteriorate from the inside out. Bad coolant can eat through them. Coolant that hasn't been serviced. So that's a good time to flush out your entire cooling system, replace the thermostat and gasket, and replace your radiator hoses. Because again, these things are inexpensive items to insurance to not be stuck on the side of the road. All right, so some of the other key components that you want to make sure are good to go for a long road trip. Your filters, your engine air filter, your cabin air filter. You don't want to be breathing in dirty air. Your car doesn't want to be breathing in dirty air. It's going to affect your fuel mileage. So yeah, having a good state of tune, meaning have you had your spark plugs changed or your filters changed recently? If not, I would make sure that those are replaced per the manufacturer's recommendations and mileage. The other big component is clean fluid. So typically, people change their engine oil, periodically. If I'm going on a trip, regardless of where I'm at in my oil change, unless I just changed it yesterday, I'm going to want to change that oil and start with a fresh oil in my crankcase, because dirty stuff that gets heated up over long trips causes other engine issues. So we can avoid that by just simply changing the oil. Transmission fluid, another big one. Long temperatures, long drives cause high temperatures, high pressure. Transmission fluid isn't just transmission fluid, it's also got detergents in it. It's an additive that gets burned away when the temperatures get hotter. So I would start with new transmission fluid. You should be changing that every 30,000 miles anyway. So if you haven't done it, I wouldn't go on a trip without changing that. Checking your coolant, like I mentioned before. Start out with fresh coolant, do a nice flush, that way you make sure you don't lose your heat in the middle of a road trip, or overheat your engine, even worse. So again, cheap insurance to take care of these fluids. We have a long list that you can refer to on our blog as part of this video, and also if you mention this video, we actually provide this road trip service. It's usually around $99. If you mention this video, we'll do it for $54.95. but you'll have a professional looking at all aspects that I just touched upon, plus a lot more, and you have a lot of peace of mind being able to take and send your kid or yourself on that next long trip. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more tips and tricks just like this.